If an article catches your eye on social media, it's worth doing your homework before sharing or reposting. For example, Facebook charging users, iPhone getting a hologram. Those ring a bell. They're what Amy Iverson calls merry-go-round stories, headlines that grab your attention but lack the substance to back them up. Generally, these articles are fairly harmless, but you say there are some things to watch out for.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be spreading things that are going to cause other people maybe to take action on something that is not true.
And there's one right now in particular causing a pretty big frenzy across the country and locally.
Yeah, and I think people didn't think of the social media aspect of this. We're talking about the creepy clowns. Yeah. No doubt your children have come home, and not yours, but people who have kids in school and told you about this. And
it's really affecting these kids. They're genuinely frightened.
And it started as kind of a social media thing that has spread and made people scared and made kids scared, and frankly, they're hoaxes.
And I didn't realize it started with a social media
Well,
seed.
it actually started with a clown walking around Alabama with black balloons. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah,
people freaked out. It was promoting an independent movie, but that's where it took off. And then people were doing one social media post, and people would just repost and repost, not even knowing if it was true.
It's amazing how quickly that can spread, especially on a platform like Facebook. What do you, as a parent, what do you teach your kids about this concept?
Well, police are even asking people to talk with their kids, because you have to do a little research before you just spread anything in person or on social media. But I think even we as parents are guilty of this, sharing something because, oh, yeah, that seems true, and we spread it, and then people get scared for no reason.
You've seen this happen on the political front, too.
Yes.
Multiple times the last month, a headline has grabbed people's attention, and it's catchy, it's just not true, and I see it appear on multiple people's websites. So talking to your kids is definitely step one. The next tip is particularly important. You say we have to emphasize the consequence that comes from sharing these types of articles.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen the stories here locally.
Yeah.
There is a kid facing charges, a 13-year-old, for making a Facebook account with a clown profile picture and posting threats. Nothing was ever going to come of it, but just the fact that he did that, he is now facing charges. And there are also people who've been arrested for making threats against clowns and all of these things. So there are serious consequences. Kids need to know. Maybe they know that in real life, but they think, oh, it's just on Instagram.
They think it's an extension, some sort of virtual game that's not real life. It's not part of our actual existence. So stories like that, cases like that, prove that it absolutely is.
Yeah, and it happened here in Sandy, too, with an Instagram account. Just a kid thinking they were being funny, but making a threat, and now that child also will face some serious consequences.
There's also a lesson here at play, Amy, back me up. Trusting your gut, just going with your instinct. Can you communicate that to kids and trust them to go with it, too?
Well, and actually police are saying you need to let kids know they're safe. That's number one. Okay. But number two, it's a great opportunity for us to have that stranger danger talk again, if you haven't had it in a while. Because a local police officer said, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a guy in a business suit hiding in the bushes or a guy in a clown suit hiding in the bushes. If your child suspects something is suspicious, they should tell you. And it's just a reminder for them to know that they can say no. If an adult asks them to come help them find their puppy, they can say no, they can run, and then they need to tell a trusted adult.
Trust those feelings, though. Trust those instincts.
Yeah.
It's an important topic, especially now, as we mentioned, and you're diving into this in your Deseret News column this week.
That's right. DeseretNews.com/Amy has an archive of all my articles.
Great. Thank you so much.